Oh my goodness, it feels like a while since I have last spoke on this channel. Hey guys, it's Skymer here, and welcome to my up and coming Scarlet and Violet tournament for Pokemon. I have a few friends that have asked to be in this competition, and I have sent out some invitations. I'm really excited. So just to give you a brief summary, I have created a total of 21 teams of 6 Pokemon, each with their own specific, I guess, synergy, if you will. I've named all the teams kind of with something creative that I had in mind to name them. None of these teams, I would say, are like anywhere near like actually competitive, but some of them are fun, some of them are, themed in ways of around certain Pokemon and stuff like that. And this line is where it ends. So I am really excited, and I really wanted to give my audience a little bit of a summary as to each of those teams before the tournament officially begins in a few weeks. So for this episode, we're going to be going through teams 1 through 3. But before that, I have a little bit of a shout out to give to a very amazing YouTuber. So let's get into that. There is a YouTuber that I followed for quite a while, and I have and I've subscribed to this YouTuber for a long time, and the YouTuber's name is Shrient. I have never seen a person that just has so much passion to play video games, and just of all varieties. And Shrine has been so supportive of my own channel, and I just wanted to say that if you want to check out Shrine's channel, I would definitely say that it is something that will be worth your while. She's very kind, she's amazing, she's funny. The list just goes on and on and on. So thank you so much for everything you do, Shriant, and thank you so much for your support as well. Thank you so much. Alright, without further hesitation, let's get into team number 1 after I take a sip of water. Alright. Team number 1 is called You Spin Me Right Round. I am very excited to use this team. It's going to focus on the move Teeter Dance, which is a move that obviously confuses the ally and both opponents on the opposing side of the field. Again, confusion is kind of a status that you have to kind of get some luck rolls in, but I wanted to utilize 3 different Pokemon on this team that were going to be able to utilize Teeter Dance, and that is Adelaide, my Oricorio, Cutie, my Lilligant, and Grumpig. So it's not just utilizing the move itself, but I really want to go over a couple of Pokemon that I think, or a couple of abilities/items that also protect my Pokemon from getting confused. I normally see Indeedee with Psychic Surge as its ability when I see a lot of competitive battles go down, but Own Tempo is much better for this particular scenario, as it flat out just prevents it from being confused, which is amazing. I've got Follow Me on it to really draw away attention from those Teeter Dance Pokemon, so you can keep them nice and protected. And as well as the factor that my Mimikyu over here has a Person Berry as its item. And that will cure itself of confusion once per battle. So even though it doesn't have an ability that can prevent confusion, it has an item that can at least help it the first time around. And then my Kingambit is the only one that doesn't have any sort of ability or item that prevents confusion, but does have Protect to block against its own Teeter Dance partner from affecting it. So I am very excited. So here is a little brief preview of all of the Pokemon and their movesets. So let's get into it. All right, and now on to team number 2. See you there. All right, and here we go with team number 2. I welcome the first single battle. Yeah, I did forget to mention that the first team is a double battle. All of the odd numbered teams, 1 to 21, are odd, that are odd numbers are double battles. All the numbers that are even numbers are single battles. So if that helps. So our first single battle of this tournament is going to be called Variety is the Spice of Life. And yes, it is an evolution team. So their main synergy is going to be utilizing the move Baton Pass. Baton Pass is a move that will transfer all of the stat changes that the user had before switching, both positive and negative stat changes, and will transfer over to all of the other evolutions that come into battle. Now, obviously, there's only 6 of them here, as you can tell, but on box 16, I have the other 2 evolutions. So how this battle is going to be is that if a randomly selected battle happens to be team number 2 for one of the competitors, I will be doing another additional randomizer to see which of the 6 of the 8 evolutions that these friends of mine will have to face in that specific battle. So my opponents will not know what team that they're facing throughout this tournament. They won't know. So my friends can't prepare for my teams, and I can't prepare for theirs. So that way it's fair game for everybody. But a lot of the evolutions don't have stat boosting moves, but some of them do. So I really want to go over those specifically. So I will go ahead and slowly shift through each one of them. And so you can see their movesets, their items, their natures, everything of that regard. Their Terra types, everything. Also, as an addition, Umbreon does not have an item because it has Thief as its Dark-type move of choice. All right, and that is Variety is the Spice of Life. And now I will see you to go over team number 3. Lechonk, what is going on? What's the drama? What's the tea? Tell me. All right, now on to team number 3. Coming in at team number 3 is going to be called the Doppelgangers. This team is based around Pokemon that have similar, either similar typings or similar designs in 2 different forms. So we have the double form of Basculin, which is Jaws and Prey. And then we have the 2 versions of Tauros, Fuego and Aquarius. And then we finally have the 2 amped forms, the high amped form and the low amped form of Toxtricity, which I have named Gibson and Viper. So let's get into talking about them. So for this double battle, I'm going to randomly select by another random list generator to see which of these 3 doppelganger duos will come into battle first. So Jaws and Prey, they could not be any more similar and yet not any more different from one another. Jaws has Reckless for its ability, meaning that it's going to be a lot more aggressive with that recoil damage. It powers up moves like Wave Crash and Takedown that it has, but in counterance to that, it will also be able to power up those abilities. So I really wanted this one to be the more aggressive of the two, while still being fast, but still not maybe the fastest one, but the one that goes down quicker. So I'm trying to combine Reckless and Life Orb together to really allow this Pokemon to deal a lot of damage, but not stay on the field very long. But in addition, may claim a couple of Pokemon lives in its before it falls. Prey is going to be basically the complete opposite. Instead of dealing more damage from recoil, it has Rock Head to protect itself from recoil. So again, could not be any more different. They both have Wave Crash, but this one is an Endure and Flail set. And kind of allowing this one to be the faster of the two can really make that Flail pretty devastating when it wants to use it. So I really wanted to try that. And then I gave it a Figgy Berry for just a little bit of extra healing if that first Endure was making itself kind of brace at that 1 HP. It'll get a little bit of health back for that. So that can kind of help it to survive another Wave Crash without worry of fainting. Fuego and Aquarius. So these two are basically the same moveset, but I wanted one of them to be, again, they're both defense natures, but one of them has less speed and one of them has less physical attack. So I really wanted them to have similar abilities, though. They both have Intimidate. So if these two begin the battle, they will lower the attack stats of their opponents that are coming in. I know that Raging Bull and Flare Blitz and Raging Bull and Wave Crash seem kind of redundant, since Raging Bull will change the type based on the user's form. But Wave Crash will cause recoil, and so will Flare Blitz. So if I don't want to take the recoil damage, then I can afford not to have to take it. But the red one, Fuego, has Work Up to raise its offenses, while Aquarius has Tail Whip to lower both of the opponent's defenses. So they're kind of playing into that. I know that Tail Whip is not a competitive move, but I actually kind of find that it could be good, especially when combining that with the Basculin. And then finally, we have Gibson and Viper, the Toxtricities. So the Toxtricities are going to be pretty unique in terms of their abilities. They have plus and minus. So if they begin, they will both give them each other a boost in special attack. So I wanted the low amped form to be more of the bulky one, while Gibson is the more aggressive one. So once Gibson has eaten his citrus berry, if that is a possibility, it will be able to use Belch. Also having access to Nuzzle and Toxic for status effects is going to be really nice. And then the low amped form is going to have access to stat debuffs up the wazoo. Tearful Look, lowering attack and special attack, Acid Spray, harshly lowering special defense, and Snarl to lower both opponents' special attack stats. In addition to this being a Covert Cloak build, so this Pokemon will not take any additional effects from from any secondary effects of moves. So that's very, very nice. And then I have Protect on it to just kind of allow it to stall a little bit longer than what Gibson might. So I wanted to go over that team in a little bit of extra preview because each one of these Pokemon pairs works in such different ways. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode for Teams 4 through 6, I hope. Bye, guys.